Okay. I am going to hold on. I'm going to try something. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Stop. Stop. Hold on. I don't know what I did. Okay. I will see if this is gonna work. So far there's nobody watching, but we will see. I'm gonna come back over to my other computer, my not phone. Oh my word, it's still going. Crazy me. Crazy. There's a couple of you. Okay. I think I'm good. Okay. Nina's there and Tara's there. And Daddy's there. Alright, we're good. This is actually working, it looks like. So, I'm going to update the best that I can. Some people, ooh, not move the camera. Some people have been asking sort of like the same types of questions, so I thought that I would make a video to update, and also it works out that it's on YouTube because somebody was getting on my case that I wasn't posting on YouTube anymore, so now he cannot. So, okay, my updates. Alright, so some people were asking when I talk about the medicines that make me feel icky, they wanted to know like what are the medicines and how do they affect me. Well, the ones that I know for sure are the anti-rejection medicines make me feel icky if they're too high or too low. And usually when that happens, I'll feel tired, have headaches, and get really shaky and weak feeling. And then the steroids make me feel like just gross in general. It's making me gain the weight, and I feel like hot. I'm hot and sweaty like all the time. I don't sleep well. I'm hungry a lot. It makes me moody. I don't know. And then I have like other side effects that I don't know what medicines that they're from, but things that I've noticed since surgery. Oh, I guess I didn't say it on this video. I said it on the one I started on Facebook, but I am 4.5 weeks out from getting transplanted, my heart and liver. And so since surgery, I've also noticed, hi Molly, I've noticed that my skin feels weird. Like, I know that's a weird thing to say, but like, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's like really, it's sweaty, but then it's like, it just feels weird. Like it's not the same that it used to feel. It's not as dry. My skin used to be really dry. But it also like, hey, it also has like, it like kind of like hurts and burns I didn't have a skin transplant. It's just side effects. It like kind of hurts or burns, like if something rubs on it, especially on my legs. JK. Okay, so that's a weird thing. I don't know what causes that one, but also thrush in my mouth is delightful. That might be from eating too much sugar. Oh, that's another side effect of something, is that I'm diabetic. Yay. So I get to check my blood 4 times a day, my blood sugar levels, and I have insulin pens, and I give myself insulin for at least, about 4 times a day. Should I eat sugar if I'm diabetic? That's a good question. Should I? No, probably not. Do I? Sometimes, usually, all the time. I don't know. Is that why I'm puffy? Probably. Anyways, no, that's another weird thing. Yes, exactly. A happy medium, exactly. But that's... Will I be on steroids forever? No. No, no, no. Good question. Thank you for asking that question. I like questions. So every time I do a biopsy, which is this, they go through my neck, if there's no rejection, they can bring me down a little bit. TJ. Anyway, they can bring me down a little bit of my steroids, which I love because I don't like the way that they make me feel. So I was on a lot of steroids in the hospital, and then I went home on 20 milligrams, and I am already down to 7.5 milligrams. So that's exciting for me, and I will keep having the side effects until I'm completely done with the steroids and they're out of my system. So maybe another several months, but we're getting there. But that's a good question. Thank you for asking that one. I lost my train of thought, guys. What was I saying? That I eat a lot of sugar. Sorry. Oh, and diabetic. Okay. Oh, and then I was just telling you about weird side effects that I have for no reason. So this one isn't like as much anymore, but I was getting like dizzy and lightheaded when I would eat and drink. Like initially, like if I took like a sip of water, I would suddenly get like lightheaded. But that's not happening as much anymore. I'm still tired a lot. I think that's the meds. I have a runny nose. Like, it's been running since forever, since May. I'm not even joking you. I even had a CAT scan done on my sinuses to find out if something was wrong, and nothing is wrong. I just have a runny nose for a long time. And my teeth hurt. That's something that they said that was normal. That's one of the side effects. But, so like, it hurts like with cold or hot. Like, my teeth will hurt. Oh, thank you. So, I think that's all of it. I think that's all my side effects and stuff. Your side effects sound really fun. They are. So, okay. That is kind of brings me into another question that I get asked. Because I talk about not feeling well a lot of times, like I might post on Facebook or something like that I feel crummy, and people don't necessarily understand what that means. It is really hard to explain because, like, unless you feel it, you really don't get it. Like, but it's usually I'm shaky. Well, I'm shaky all the time, but I mean, like, sometimes I'm so shaky that it's like out of control. Like my entire body. It's just like you can see my hands are shaking. Usually it's just my hands that are the worst. But there's times that it's like my legs are shaking and arms, and it doesn't hurt. No, it doesn't hurt, but it makes me feel like unsteady. Like I can't stand up. I mean, I can, but it makes me nervous to be standing or like driving or anything like that. A lot of times once I start feeling shaky, I get anxious, and with the anxiety, my blood pressure goes up and I start getting the hot flashes. And it's happened a lot when I'm in groups. And so that is one reason. It's kind of embarrassing to admit this because I feel stupid, but it's the truth, so I'm going to just say it because hashtag keep it real. That's one reason that I avoid going to church or going out with friends sometimes, because it just suddenly comes on and I am actually, like, it gets to the point where I feel so sick that I can't even function. And like Jeff will tell you, there was a time at church that it happened and I didn't know what to do. I almost like just like broke down in tears, like, because I was so anxious. Like a lot of people around me, people talking to me, like trying to help with my kids and just all that stuff. Like it gets to be a lot. If there's a lot going on at home, it'll happen too. It's a little bit happening right now, but it's not like really bad. It's just like I already have the anxiety problem, so then it just kind of like adds to that, like these other side effects. Like it's fun. But I had asked, I can't remember if I posted it in the transplant group or if I just asked some of my friends from the transplant group, but one of the things that I was told is that one person said that she's on Xanax for the anxiety, because I think that like that's kind of normal with the steroids and stuff. So I already have a prescription for Xanax because even way before surgery I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. So I decided to start taking like a little bit of my, like half a pill or whatever, if I need it to get me through like a hard time, like feeling anxious and start shaking and whatever. And I've only done it one time and it seemed to help a little bit. The only problem is that it does make me kind of sleepy. So I just kind of would rather not if I have to be functioning. So we'll see. I'll just keep it in my mind. How many meds am I taking? 18. There's 18 different meds that I take, and then there's also 2 different insulin shots. So that's like 20, I guess, if you include them. And I know people were like surprised that I took so much because I'm not supposed to be taking as many as I was before surgery, but it's gonna get better. Like a lot of these will be gone, and as I keep getting better. The anti-rejection medication I'll always be on though. And some of these others I might have to be. Okay. How's my energy? Some days it's good. Other days not so good. Most days it's not very good. I find that I don't sleep well at night, which is ridiculous. But then in the day, like, I'm very tired and I want to sleep a lot. When I go to cardiac rehab, I feel like I have more energy afterwards. So I like that feeling. But sometimes at cardiac rehab, I end up having one of my, like, anxiety things where I get shaky and hot and sweaty and all of that, and just kind of like that doesn't help. So anyway, so my energy, it's getting there, I think, slowly and surely. Do I feel different? Yes. Well, I mean, like, I'm guessing that the question meant like different, like with like the organs. But I can tell a difference. I do not have okay, so my heart before only like basically only half of it functioned. And this heart, the whole thing functions. That's pretty cool. And I've never had that. Like, I am almost 37 and I have never had a fully functioning heart. And melatonin, good idea. I've never had a fully functioning heart. So now that I do, when it beats really hard, like at first it was scary, but now I know what to expect. But that was pretty cool. I mean, well, no, it was scary, but it's kind of neat to think like that's my whole heart is like pounding or beating or whatever, because I never had that. I just had like a little piece of heart that was pounding or whatever. My old heart had a lot of problems, obviously. And one thing is it would go into, I had a pacemaker, but it would go into tachycardia a lot, and my pacemaker would take me out of it. It would also, tachycardia is when it speeds up too high. It would also slow down on its own, and the pacemaker would bring it back up. So I don't feel that anymore. Like, my heart just beats, just normal, with no weird heartbeats. And that is cool. And it's a little bit weird because I've never had it like that before. I mean, I guess I did for part of my childhood, but I don't really remember it. Since I was in high school, this is what my life had been like, was with the tachycardia and all that stuff. So yeah, that's cool. That is how I feel different. I'm guessing that's what the question meant. Do I feel like I'm back to being myself? Wait, did I answer that one? I don't think I did. No. No. Definitely not. So they say that it'll take an average of like 6 to 12 months to actually feel more like yourself, whatever that is. But they also say that you probably will never feel like you did before. And it's not just because your heart's going to beat differently, but because the medicines are going to do different things to you, and just whatever. So I definitely don't feel like I did before surgery, in the good ways and the bad ways. So I still want more energy, and I guess just like with the side effects of the medication, like I want that to go away, to feel more myself. But I'm getting there. I think I'm a very like social person, so the fact that I haven't been able to be very social has been hard. I have to avoid a lot of like germs and like crowds and groups and kids. That's kind of hard because right now I can't volunteer at the kids' schools, and I can't help in like nursery and the classes at church either. So, and that's kind of like, that's what I went to school for. That's what I wanted to do with my life, is work with kids, and right now I can work with mine. So that's fun. And then a question was, am I normal? No. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know what that means, but like, I don't know. Not at all. I'm never gonna be normal though, just face it. I think that's everything. I wrote them down, so I think I got everything. Exactly. Who's normal? Not me. But yeah. So that's about my health. That's the update on that. Unless other people have questions. Any other questions about that? You can feel free to ask, even though I'm talking about other stuff. But, so I've been home since the end of May. I stay inside a lot. I'm not supposed to be out in the heat or humidity or sun, really. There's just a lot of like precautions that we need to take because heart and liver transplants can you can get cancer easier, and obviously like with bug bites and stuff, other diseases. So constantly trying to protect myself against those things. So I don't go out a whole lot outside, but if I do, then I just wear my sunscreen and my bug spray. Let's see. The kids are doing great. For the most part. They're not perfect. Didn't know if you knew that. Did I ask Jesus into my new heart? Who asked me that? Somebody asked me that. No, for real. It was someone at Katie's house. I think they were kidding. Anyways, I didn't. He's in my brain. Okay? Anyway. No, the kids are doing good. They're all in school. Joe is struggling a little bit, but he's gonna be okay. I believe it. And then the little two, Eliza and Dan, are doing good at school too. I keep threatening to take the bus away though because they goof off on the bus, but they love their bus driver. Daniel gives her kisses every day. And so the kids are doing pretty good. You struggled with first grade too? Like, I don't mean like academically, if that's what you mean. I just mean like he just goofs off. He doesn't eat his lunch. He goofs off. He uses scissors the wrong way. Yeah, Dad. Okay, me too. I struggled with all the grades. All people's grades. So, yeah. Sounds like Sam. Yeah, like he brought home this work that he did at school today or yesterday. It was so bad. Like, he didn't put forth any effort, and it was tracing, and it just made me feel really sad because I know I homeschooled him last year. He knows what he's doing. So we had a talk, and I told him, and he's like, but my hand hurt. It was really hard. And I said that it's okay, but that's part of his job at school is to work on it and to put forth all his effort. So he's gonna try again tomorrow. I told him that I promised I wouldn't ask the teacher for another packet. So because I told him I was gonna ask her for one so he could redo the work. And I said, I won't ask her for one if you promise me that you will never do this again. And he said he wouldn't, so we'll see what happens. But yeah. He'll be okay. He also needs to eat his lunch. Jeff is doing good. He was home for a long time. I don't remember how long. May to June. Like, almost 3 months, I think. And he helped to take care of me and the kids. So that was awesome. He's back at work. And I miss him, except he's so cute. He texted me today, and I wasn't feeling well. I was having one of my shaky days. and I was in bed, and then the kids were at school, and then I told him that I really needed to get to the grocery store and that I wasn't feeling well, but then he told me he could run and do it for me, and then I was like, no, it's okay. And I wasn't even falling asleep, so then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go do it. And he met me at the grocery store and helped me. So that was really cute and romantic of him. I'll probably marry him, even though I have my ring. See? I have a line from wearing a different one, but I'm too puffy to wear my wedding ring. Oh well. But we celebrated 12 years of being married on September 9th, and we went on a little vacation to Lake Geneva, just the two of us, and my sister watched my kids, so that was nice to get away, even though I didn't feel good almost the whole time. I slept a lot on vacation. On Labor Day weekend, we went to my sister's in Minnesota, and my other sisters that live here by us also went. So all four of us, there's 4 girls, 4 sisters, we were all together, and my dad came for one of the days, so we all hung out, and it was fun. Just usually when we do family things, it's kind of chaotic and busy, but we didn't really have plans, and we could just sort of like hang out, and it was neat to be with all my nieces and nephews and my sisters and everything. So I liked that, and I loved watching my kids experience it too. The being on a farm is kind of different for them, so they liked it. They got to pick up chickens and toads and kittens, and a dog chased them, and they got to see the horses and the cows and go on what my daughter called a barn ride, but it was a hay ride, and probably lots of other fun things. It was fun. So yeah, that's what's been going on here. I think that's my update. I go for another biopsy on the 2nd, October 2nd. So we'll see what happens. And then that same day I'll meet with my liver doctor. I've been going like every week or every other week to get my blood drawn, and that is how they check for rejection for the liver. And they also check my medication levels that way, so that's kind of good. Yeah, Daddy just put up emojis of the farm. So I think that's it. Oh, okay, so then I had ingrown toenails, which is a big ordeal if you're a transplant person, because then you have to be like on this medicine for it and whatever. So they cut my toenails out, and I go back tomorrow to get them looked at, and then I can go back to cardiac rehab if she says that they're doing okay. Because I have not been to cardiac rehab much at all in the last month, which really stinks, because maybe that's why I'm gaining all this weight, because I'm not active. But when it gets cooler, I'm gonna ride my bike, because it can, because it doesn't hurt my heart. That's exciting, right? I rode my mom's bike. My dad pumped up her tires, and I was the first one to try it out. I didn't even tell anyone, I just left, and I rode it around the block. And I hadn't ridden a bike in years, and I did a good job. So that was fun, and I don't know what that's a picture of. Is it bike rider? I think so. I don't know. Daddy put up another emoji, but I don't know what it is. Okay. That was all I had to say. Except Molly probably wants me to say what God's teaching me So, what's God teaching me? You're welcome for the update. Thank you. Thank you for praying. I think that God's still teaching me the same things that He was teaching me before. About trusting Him and letting go of control. I sometimes still get afraid of getting sick. There's been people in my circle of transplant people. I'm in a group on Facebook for the people that have been transplanted at Northwestern, like I have been, and we've had a couple deaths, and we've had some people get sick, really sick too, and that scares me, like the thought of that reality. But being checked as often as I'm being checked is good, and nobody has been concerned about anything, so I'm grateful for that. And but that is like something I need to just remember to trust God, and He's working on that with me. I think just remembering that He's in control, and worrying can't solve anything. My dad used to tell me that a lot. I think he learned it at the Bible. So yeah, just trying to take the time to be grateful for what I've been given and the second chance that I was given. And my for surgery, some of you might remember that I would always say that I was going through it so that God would be glorified in whatever way He needed to be, and however it would work out for Him to use me in that way. And I still feel like that. It's still important that I let Him use me to glorify Him. And so I just kind of sit back and I wait for, a chance to say something to somebody, or whatever He needs me to do, I will do it. But I think that's it. So, no further questions. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and checking, and thank you for those of you that have prayed for us and walked the journey through the videos with us, and the people that are here, like, close to us, that have helped with so many things, with the kids and with food, and just or visiting me when I was in the hospital. Just, there's so many things that people have done, and just, yeah, we just really appreciate it. And now, don't stop praying. It's still an adjustment for me. One thing that I didn't mention that I should have, but one of the side effects of surgery in general, plus the meds, plus I was already prone to it, is depression. So I've been dealing with some of that too. As I mentioned before, like feeling lonely, missing my friends, and missing being social, and just not really liking how I feel, not liking how I look, and things like that. So I just, I don't want to get sucked into that trap. So if you think of it, to pray for me and in that way, that would be awesome. And pray for my husband and my kids as they continue to deal with me. And my husband's a great support, and my kids have been very patient with me. So I've got good people. But anyway, okay, I will sign off now. But if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll try to answer, and maybe I'll try to update again sometime down the road. And yeah, but anyway, thanks so much, guys.